This is Reno. He is 6 years old, and ever since we've had him, the things that we've noticed, we call him the drama king. He's very touchy when you cinch him, and he actually will fall to the ground as though he's dying. But he does get over that once you have him all set to go. When he goes downhill, he seems really uncomfortable. He wags his back toes. He also gets a very pronounced wiggle to his rear end. And he's difficult to pick up his back hoof for the shoer. That was the first reason that I called the vet, was because I was wondering if he was in pain or if he was just being stubborn, or playing with this. But he does have a hard time holding that foot up. So vets, I had one vet that told me he had a sore back, which the next vet that I took him to said, no, he doesn't have a sore back. And that vet did a bunch of neurological tests and came to the conclusion that he might have a mild case of wobblers.
So here's your horse on the inside. Atlas axis, C1 through C7, thoracic 1. The first rib right here is actually the culprit of a lot of horses that are being ridden, withers going out, hips going out. This little culprit right there. Then you come up into here. This will all go into spasm if that happens. We palpate down through. Here's your withers. Here's your ribs if a horse is girthy. It's usually in the intercostals. Come back to your longissimus muscle, right where the ribs end. This is your psoas area. This area going into spasm actually grabs the pelvic, pulling it forward. And that's a lot of time when you see the horse's hips will be out, or they can't go downhill well, they're buckling in the hind end or going down crooked. And we just go all the way back through. So we're going to start. I'm going to be palpating the nuchal ligament on each side of the atlas and axis, looking for a spasm that would be holding the atlas and axis from going back in. Usually these come out if they ever sat down and pulled in a halter. Right there is one. Okay, that's your atlas, left side. Good boy. Come down through the splenius and brachiocephalicus. And I'm pushing on the other side, and you'll see that he's kind of saying, ow. Come down, here's your cervical. Palpating through here. There's another ow. There's another ow. This is a checkpoint for thoracic 1 developed by Dr. Regan Golub, which means this first rib right here is not where it should be. It's not allowing the shoulder to move freely. Your trapezius and rhomboid muscle right here are bigger than they should be on this side. They're in spasm because they had to come down and help the scapula move forward. So this horse will be short striding. The withers will be sore. And if you come back to, because horses work diagonals, if you come back to over here in the psoas, that'll be in spasm, pulling this pelvic forward. So this is a rib checkpoint. Palpating down through the back. These are your psoas muscles where your hips go into spasm. He's very ouchy. This is only a couple ounces of pressure, and he's saying, oh, don't do it, don't do it. This is my impression of this horse, and what his muscles have told me is that sometime in the past he sat down and pulled with the halter, misaligning his atlas and axis. When the muscles here are in spasm, that's usually a horse putting their head through corral panel bars or twisting to eat on the other side. This first rib, he's going to be short striding, trying to bring this one forward. He's going to be overloading the other front. You're going to see front changes, high lows, more pressure on one side. And it comes back to here. This is in spasm. Here's this hip bone. Here's this hip bone. They don't even match up. So trying to stand on one leg for the shoer is going to be really uncomfortable for this horse. And when you ride him downhill, he's going to be going sideways. And these are all the things I can fix. Call me.